guys, my name is Lily and today I want to make myself a portable grain barrel. Stay tuned. Alright, so recently I thought about storing grain inside of my home, and actually the last few times I bought a little bit of flour. This here is rye flour, but I also have 10 more kilograms of wheat flour in here. Now the thing is that the ground flour is not lasting that long, so it's maybe lasting 9 months and then you have to use it, or either, you know, it's running off. And it's a little bit, you know, of a time pressure if you do not want to use it right away. So it's always a little bit of a hassle because of the expiry date being so, yeah, short. So you always have to switch out your flour and constantly replenish it. And yeah, actually that sucks a little bit, so I decided to go for whole grain, like this bag here. So here we have 5 kilograms of buckwheat. Yeah, and the great thing about storing whole grains is that you can store it for years and years and years, maybe even 5 to 7 years, and it still will be good to eat. Yeah, so today I thought I want to make myself a grain barrel with different kind of grains. Yeah, this is the barrel that I got off of Amazon. I got it for about 30 bucks, and it's made from polyethylene, and that's a really great plastic because first of all it's food grade, and second of all it's recyclable. It makes a really sturdy impression, so I believe that this barrel will last us a long time. And now let's just set this on the floor and let's take a look inside. Okay, this barrel comes with a red lid, but it is not sealed. So you can see there's no seal in here. I don't know if I like this actually, so maybe I'm going to get a seal or even use some aquarium silicone to make a makeshift seal. So that's maybe something I do later. But now let's check out the barrel inside. So this is the barrel. It's pretty big, and I've already have thrown some wheat into here. So this is wheat, organic wheat, and I got it in packs of 1 kilogram. Now the thing is that these bags here, they are not sealed with a vacuum seal. So they are not vacuumed. They also do not have any oxygen absorbers at the inside. So now I want to open up the bags here and make a better packaging, and a packaging that lasts for a long time. And then also I have bought 10 kilograms of rye. This is also organic. It does not come in a plastic packaging though, so I have to vacuum seal these as well. Wow, that's a really nice seal. Look at that. So the paper bag is not airtight, of course, so it was also sucking out the air inside of the paper bag. That's pretty cool. Look at that. Nice. Alright, so this was the last one. Nice. Cool. I'm actually not sure how many we can fit in there, so I think first I'm just sticking to 5 kilograms of each different grain, and then we will see how much space we still have left. Next I want to work on my wheat. I have 10 bags and they already come in these plastic bags. So I will try to just throw in an oxygen absorber and seal it like this. I'm not sure if this is working though, because it has this closing system here. So I will probably have to seal it underneath the closing system. Okay, now the race with the oxygen absorbers begins again. Okay, apparently this plastic is not working with my vacuum sealer. So I quickly have to pour it into my other bags here. Okay, this was the last one. Really nice. Okay, I've added 5 more kilograms of wheat to the barrel, and now we are already halfway full, so there's not much that we can put in here anymore. Okay, next I want to take apart this big bag of buckwheat, and this one is actually raw, so it's not roasted or anything. So now I'm cutting open the bag, and I will split up the contents and make 5 smaller bags out of it. Okay, my buckwheat is ready, and I also have 5 kilograms of jasmine rice here from Thailand, and I figured that I also want to make this into smaller bags, and then I should get 5 1-kilogram bags out of this huge bag of rice here. This is smelling so good. It's my favorite grain. I love rice. Okay, so now we have prepared 5 bags of rice. This is white jasmine rice, and this is 5 bags of buckwheat. And now I'm going to cut open my last oxygen absorbers that I have. I still should have 10 pieces left. Okay, I'm done with the last of the packs, and now I'm going to throw this into my grain barrel. Okay, I just wanted to squeeze all of the bags in, but then I punched a hole into one of the bags, and that's because the corners here are quite sharp. So maybe it's better to snip off the corners. So yeah, I have to reseal this one now. Yeah, but I still don't think it will fit in here because it's already cramped, and it just won't fit if this is vacuum sealed. Like this, it would fit much more easily because you can, you know, squeeze it in there. But once it's vacuum sealed, it's really rigid, and you cannot really, like, you know, use all of the space inside of the barrel. I just barely got this in, and now let's see if the lid fits. No, it does not fit. So yeah, you cannot fill this to the top because the lid here goes down a little bit. So unfortunately I could only fit 4 bags of buckwheat into the barrel. Okay, so this is all that I could fit into the barrel, and the rest of today's work is in my shelf here. So here's 5 more kilograms of rye, 5 more kilograms of wheat, and yeah, this 1 kilogram of buckwheat that didn't fit the barrel anymore, and then we have 5 kilograms of rice. Okay, so now let's close the barrel. So this is it. This is a grain barrel to go, and this way it's protected from mice and from other critters. Also, if you find a seal for the lid, you will be able to keep any moisture out. Here in the basement it's relatively dry, so I think by vacuum sealing moisture should not be any problem. But if you can always try to find a lid that has a seal. I honestly don't understand why this barrel doesn't come with a seal. So yeah, maybe I find one that fits in here, or I use the aquarium silicone. But I have to say that I really like this barrel, besides the missing seal here. So you have two handles here at the side where you can grab the barrel, and if you have to leave for some kind of reason, for your bug out spot for example, you just take the barrel like this and then you go. Okay, and now it has about 14 kilograms, so it's not too heavy. Even I can carry it. Yeah, I think I will probably get a second barrel where I can fit all of the other bags that I made today. So this one was not big enough to fit all of the contents of today's work. But I think that's okay. Honestly, I do not want to have a bigger barrel because then it will really be heavy to carry. So I think this size is perfect. So this barrel has 30 liters. And if I find this barrel on Amazon, I will try to get an Amazon link for you into the description of this video. Okay, so now I just will let this sit here in my basement, and if there's a shortage of grain, for example, which is already happening, then we can always take some grain out of the barrel here. Okay, a lot of people might say, hey, whole grains are great for storage, but you actually have to mill them into a flour, and that's correct. So you need some kind of mill. It can be a cheap mill like this one. I've used this a couple of times and it's working great. So it's a cheap hand crank mill that you can get on Amazon. And I really love this thing, so this one is great. If you want to go a little bit more professional, you can get a coffee grinder or even a small 12-volt mill. So those are all available on Amazon, and I think that's a great investment because you never know what's coming. Maybe ground flour will not be available anymore, and then you will have to switch to grains. And the best way to digest grains is by milling them first. Now, if you don't have a mill for some kind of reason, you can always take some grains and sprout them, use a little bit of water and wait for a couple of days until the small seedlings come up. And those are also edible and especially very nutritious. So those will contain a lot of vitamins and minerals, and also you will get fiber, which is important for your digestion. So there are many ways how you can eat grains. You can either mill them to a flour and make bread, you can sprout them and eat the seedlings, and you can also cook the wheat and eat it like this. But with this method you won't be able to take up as much as nutrition as if you would with milling the grain first. Now, I personally am keeping this stock now for emergencies, and once the expiry date is nearing, I will use this grain to either feed the chickens of my cousin, of my neighbor, or I will use it to grow mushrooms on it. And yeah, I have this new hobby where I'm growing mushrooms, and for the substrate you need either wood chips, or all kinds of grain. So you can take wheat, rye, or buckwheat. You can even take flour or rice. So yeah, mushrooms really love growing on grains. Not all of them, but for example, king oyster and blue oysters, they love growing on grains if you mix it together with wood, for example. So that's great, and that's another use that I can think of. Alright guys, so this is how you can make yourself a portable grain barrel. It's easy to pick up. You can take it and leave anytime you want. In general, it's great if you have your food in boxes. Now, I haven't done that actually because the boxes take away a lot of space. So here I got most of my food not in boxes. But at this side, I have a lot of boxes. And in an emergency, I would just throw out the stuff that I have in the boxes. And then I would quickly take all of the food, put it in the boxes, and then put it into the car and go and drive away. So that's my plan if I have to leave my house for some kind of reason. Okay guys, so this is it for today. I really want to thank you for watching and let me know your thoughts. How long do you think that these grains will stay good in the bags with the oxygen absorbers? Write me a comment, leave me a like, subscribe, and stay tuned till next time.